stories, just alibis. I've heard you try to say the reasons why. Round and round we go. What do you want? Raise the seas. I long to know. Time and time again, I play the fool. No matter how, we're playing by your rules. Helplessness repeats. I'm kneeling at your feet. You know I can't deny you're in control. What's the sense in trying when I know you're lying? You got me wrapped up tight, you're in control. And I know the feeling's never gonna die. I'll make a break and walk away. Helplessness repeats. I'm kneeling at your feet. You know I can't deny you're in control. What's the sense in trying when I know you're lying? Got me wrapped up tight, you're in control. Helplessness repeats. I'm kneeling at your feet. You know I can't deny you're in control. What's the sense in trying when I know you're lying? Got me wrapped up tight, you're in control.
Well, well, well. I love that song. I miss that guy. That singer. That singer was a hell of a musician. Wrote all that music. How we played it together with everyone. What's up, everybody? Everything is kind of coming back to me now. And as soon as I get on here. So, you know what? I was working today. Beautiful day here in upstate New York. I mean, what a stretch of weather we're having. It's incredible. And kind of just hit me, Moxie's on hold for a little bit right now. And we're starting this new thing here. So I figured I'd check in and say hi, see what kind of response I get. Back when it was the days of the TT stuff, I used to pack in 40 or 50 people in here. So those days are pretty much gone. And I'm proud of that for many reasons. And everything's moved on. So I see Robin's here. I see Karen's here. And someone else is here. I'm not sure who else. But kind of just going to do a little potpourri tonight. I might answer a couple questions that have been out there, make a couple comments, mostly about myself, chat about anything, right? I mean, the potpourri, I'm talking sports, go Yankees, the Red Sox, taking them out at the Cathedral, at the Yankee Stadium, wiping their asses out. And now we go to Toronto and take on the Yankees. Or I'm sorry, take on the Blue Jays up there. What's up, my pink life? If anyone stops in, I'm willing to talk about anything. I don't know how long I'm gonna stay on tonight. It's been a while since I've done this. I've been piggybacking off Moxie, who is a goddess when it comes to this stuff, and other things. One of my favorite people in the world, and we'll go from there. I mean, it's been a hotbed of everything. I mean, the drama community is what it is. I'm definitely out of the loop of what's going on As long as it's not involving Trisha, I don't get involved in anything. And plus, I think that ship has sailed anyhow, which is really a great thing. Uh, no more people getting hurt, and her games are over with. So anyhow, kind of a crazy thing in the country right now with what's going on. Uh, Not quite sure where that's going to end up. I think I know where it's going. I'm a little bit surprised, to be completely honest. Um, and wiping their ass. You know, we will. Sorry, just reading the chat. What's up? Yes, so we can talk about anything. I'll give it a whirl and see if people come on. If they don't, that's cool too. But we'll get it going. Yeah, you're right, Karen. You're right about that. And you know what? It's really a good thing. Moxie has kind of built into something, the 299, something that's kind of unique and original. I'm hoping it takes hold. I love sharing my stories with everybody about my son and about my health, my not so recent health concerns, my cancer and my nephrectomy and whatnot. And a couple other small points I'll address. One is I even listen back and I do hear it a little bit. And this goes back a ways, but I do not speak with a lisp. It does sound like it on YouTube. It does sound like it sometimes when we're talking on here. But I don't speak with a lisp. If I did, I'd be like, "What's going on, guys? Let's go Yankees!" Stuff like that. So I don't do that. And also, any questions, anything about the drama community that I can answer, I'll do my best with. Um, you read. I haven't been able to read a lot of stuff, but I don't think there's much going on. Um, I was talking to a couple people earlier today on our group text and then a couple other places, and you see stuff, when you put yourself out here on YouTube or anything like that. No, Karen, I don't have a list, but I do understand. I kind of hear a little bit of a lisping when I do talk on here. I don't know if it's the phone I'm talking into that does that or what. I've always used the same device, but I don't know. I don't have one of those. Uh, I got plenty of other issues. My hair fell out when I was 22, but that was all right. I was on the job then. Bunch of other stuff, but we can talk about that some other time. So anyhow, uh, Moxie's kind of got a cool thing started, and I'm hoping it takes a grip because we've been down the road of quote unquote whatever drama and stuff. And for me personally, I can't speak for others. I'm just speaking for myself. The only thing I came on to do was to let the world know about Trisha and everything that I know about her and to defend my cousin. Obviously, I love my family. I love my cousin. I've always been first to the fight. And no matter what happens, I have my family's back. Now, if any of that stuff had been true, I probably wouldn't have gotten into that, but I still would have let the world know about TT. So, but she's supposedly moving on. God only knows what she's up to and who she's hurting, but we'll see. Hopefully, in the future, we don't hear from her and she goes on and something good happens. That would actually be wonderful. It'd be wonderful for everybody. And as far as the other stuff is concerned, a lot of stuff's going on. A lot of stuff. Some of us got caught in the quote unquote middle. Some of us, had to make some tough decisions. I, for one, saw some things I didn't like at all. Screenshots, uh, whatnot. I hate to bring this up, but it is what it is. I have a lot of love for people, but sometimes you just have to pack up and move on from certain situations. So, anyhow, that's what's going on with that. As far as my life, what's been going on, I've been able to express a little bit of it with Moxie and stuff like that. It's been a tough year. 2025 has been a kind of a bitch. 2024 wasn't that good either. But obviously, it goes without saying, uh, the passing of my brother has taken its toll on me and my family. Uh, it is a pain that, quote unquote, I wouldn't wish on anybody. You don't know what the pain feels like until it happens. It's not your fault. It's kind of like, in a good way, my friend would always say, you don't know what it's like. You've cheated yourself in life until you've had your first child. And he was right, because I remember thinking, yeah, it'd be nice to have a kid. I hear what he's saying. But when my son was born, it was like, holy cow, all of these thousands and thousands and thousands of years of primal instinct that's implanted into us to love our children. It just came through for me. And so that love is unending. But the pain of losing Todd, it has taken its toll, and there's no moving on from it at all. You learn to live with it, and I am also extremely grateful that I've been able to share our music on here. The two songs at the beginning, I know I'm not going to get a copyright strike because I own part of them. Todd writes them with his friend Carm. They've been, gosh, I found an old tape of those guys from 1987. 87. Those guys were, oh no, I'm sorry, 89. I apologize, 89. Those guys were together working on music when they were 16 and 17. See, if I had a list, it'd be 16 and 17. Yes. Uh, so, but anyhow, and right till his passing, those two songs I played at the beginning, "Door to Nowhere," Todd wrote, and then the second one is "Control." That's my personal favorite that he ever wrote, and I had the honor of playing drums and guitars on that one. "Door to Nowhere." I think I played bass. I think I played a lot of bass on that track. I can't say for sure, but anyhow. So yeah, it's been tough. It's been tough. Yeah, bereavement is tough. My pink life. Oh my gosh, your husband passed away, and then your dog and one of your cats in 2025. Yeah, it's wow. Uh, Sending you the virtual hug. If you see the cat that's in my avatar, my picture on the live, I think she was 4 years old there. She's actually here with me right now listening. She is 14 now. That picture is from 10 years ago, but I still look all right. Uh, that's my girl, Maggie Grace, and she's getting old. She's slowing down too. So we're ready for some good news up here. We are definitely ready for some good news. Um, so between what's been going on in my life personally and what's been going on in this country, uh, after for me now, uh, the unbelievably wonderful election in 2024 in November, uh, that saved our country, absolutely saved our country. Now we're seeing just exactly how important it was, and now we're seeing. It's really the parties are separating themselves. I always subscribe to somewhere in the middle lies the answers. I really feel that way. I felt that way growing up, all the way through my college, my law enforcement days, even the birth of my son. I mean, actually, before the birth, until the arrival of Barack Obama, that's when this country. I mean, we never had someone come into our country and intentionally try to destroy it, and it's been gung ho ever since. And if Donald Trump didn't step up and throw those curveballs, God only knows where we'd be right now. We saw the last 4 years what took place, and now with President Trump just putting his foot on the gas and moving forward. Uh, I can't wait for the next 3 years, and then what happens from there. Um, Charlie Kirk, touch on that for a minute. I'm anxious to see what ends up happening there. Uh, Cooler heads are prevailing, you know, and I do find it hard to believe that Tyler Robinson did that. And there are a lot of things that can be looked at either way. But there are a couple of things from a law enforcement point of view that just make sense. And really, from the layman's point of view, after the shooting or that happened to Charlie, you're supposed to court off that scene. I mean, you see the yellow tape, whatever, in movies, or maybe you've seen it in real life. As soon as they removed his body, they cleaned up the crime scene where he fell off the chair, and that is not supposed to happen. So there's stuff like that. People have said, "Oh, this person in the bush or this person here, blah, 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 the rifle." I guess that's the smoke and mirror stuff that we've been getting fed for a long time. But there are some hard truths, like why were people jumping over into that crime scene that should have been cordoned off right away and cleaning it up? Doesn't make any sense to me. So, I mean, this country lost such an incredible man, a man that did have a huge future uh, politically. 31 years old, reaching the country, reaching out. I mean, a lot of people were just getting to know him, but his millions of followers. Um, he certainly was going to, I would think, take a run at the presidency, maybe even in the near future. I don't know what's going to happen after President Trump finishes this term. We'll see what happens. But, Charlie Kirk, with what happened, was President Trump winning the popular vote, never mind every swing state and whatnot. I thought for sure the left would rebrand themselves and try to go back and try to start fresh because of the ass whooping they rightfully got. And they're tripling down with these communist cycle. I mean, these terrible people, the ones that wouldn't stand, when President Trump recognized Lincoln Riley's family and the veteran's family that was killed, and the prisoner that he got released after 18 days. They wouldn't stand for that, but they clapped for the war in Ukraine. I really thought they were going to rebrand themselves, which would have been great because somewhere in the middle lies the answers. But they're sticking to what they're doing, and we'll see what happens there. But there's only 4 of us, and we're in about 22 minutes. Maybe 10 of that was music. So I'll hang in there for a little bit more. I know I don't have as much punch here, and a whole heck of a lot to say as far as the drama community is concerned. But I kind of felt like saying hi. I'm kind of jumping all over the place, hodgepodge of stuff. But if someone comes in, they have a question, I'll do my best to answer it, and I'll hang out for a little while longer. But I just wanted to come on and say hi to everyone, especially Ricky, Karen, Moxie, Sean, Mandy. I know I said Karen. Sarah, Smiles, I love you. It is kind of neat. And if I'm not forgetting anyone in the special group, but I see you're here, Robin, too, obviously. I have a very, very closed circle. And that's by choice. As I'm 51 years old now, I've seen enough, been through a lot. Thank you, Karen. Thank you so much. And that right there just goes to show. Now, Karen and I have never met before in person. All right. And every time I do something, whether it's with my son, or here, even right now, or anytime on a group text, she is the most loving, supportive person you could ever imagine. And I adore her. And I've never met her. I've never met her. I've never met Moxie. I've never met Ricky. I would love someday for us to be able to meet up somewhere, probably a far-fetched thing, but that would be so cool because I genuinely care about these people. I really do. And the other day on one of our private text, I had said something about my son, and Ricky responded to it with literally one of the most beautiful things someone has ever said to me. And Ricky and I, also when the political thing comes up, we are poles apart. I like to call it poles apart. But and then we have the maturity to get into it, and then the next hour, the next day, telling each other how much we love each other and telling how much he always has something good to say about my son. He always supports my son and I. And Karen, thank you so much for that too. I do really appreciate that. Um, I got to tell the story about how Caleb got here and the Cliff Note version. If you listen to this later, uh, Caleb was born. His mother and I tried to have a kid for many years and we couldn't. And she had been in menopause. She had no more eggs to fertilize, none of that stuff. And so we had given up on it. We kind of needed a egg donor, but I didn't want to do that. And then 2 years later, after being in menopause, not only you know did she get pregnant, she was pregnant with him, and she hasn't had a menstrual cycle since then. And that's the short version of how much of a miracle my son is. It's just so fascinating that there was no eggs left to harvest for our fertility. She hadn't had a menstrual cycle, and not only did she get pregnant, she was whatever egg was in there, whatever follicle was in there, it was him. And he's so incredible. He's so damn incredible. Uh, yeah, Karen, I have no problem with that. I have nothing to hide, my Facebook and stuff like that. I'm proud of my life. I'm proud of what I've accomplished, and what I'm going to continue to accomplish in the future. All along with making an ass of myself sometimes. No problem with that whatsoever. But uh, it's really been nice. I guess what I'm trying to say, it's really been nice getting to know the people on here. Um, Sarah is an incredible woman who comes from the other side of the tracks for sure. Uh, she had a tough life growing up, and she is so positive and so loving and so supportive. And so what I found here, it makes me very happy. So you're right, Karen. He's a gift from God, and he continues to keep giving every single day. I love my boy. So, yep, Sarah's great. Sarah is great. So, I was hoping Moxie would be here, but I haven't heard from her today. I'm sure she's busy dealing with Sasha, and didn't know if we maybe could collab for a little bit. But again, this is just me popping on, obviously to say hi. The room's not filling up. I know before when we were dealing with TT and whatnot, like I said, I'd get 40, sometimes 50 people in here. But I also understand not too many people are interested to hear what I have to say about life, my life, the Yankees, politics. But they love to hear about what Trisha has done to people and continue to do to people. But again, hoping that ship has sailed and life will go on. I know my cousin is happy. Mandy and him are happy, and I continue to wish them nothing but the utmost happiest days of their lives. I mean, they don't go live anymore either. Things just change. It's cyclical. The world is cyclical. Our lives are cyclical, and YouTube is no different. Um, when people talk to me about it, I say YouTube is kind of like anything else in this country, cell phones, Facebook, you name it. If it's used for something good, it's wonderful. YouTube's great. If it's used for something bad, or your cell phone's used for something bad, texting, Facebook, then it's a bad thing. It all depends on what you're using it for. And I kind of like the way our ship is sailing now. But who knows? We'll see what happens in the future. And I certainly hope that we can continue to grow. Uh, whether it is, the 299 family or whatnot. I love sharing my stories. I loved all of that. And I have no problem doing that, letting people know. But I sure would like to hear what other people have to say at some point. So I don't have a list. I don't. So that's one thing I wanted to cover. Um, I'm trying to fix things up here. All right. Um, as far as stuff that Boho says about me and stuff like that, they don't know anything about me, and that's fine. They're gonna say what they're gonna say. Um, Commenting on Trisha was it takes a couple minutes to do once a month or whatever we were doing to let people know. And, it has no effect on my life. I just had to let people know, well, what that person really was. So um, I can't complain right now. I wish things were a little bit different, obviously, with my brother and the way the country's going. I think it's kind of tough right now, but uh, goodness will prevail. It will prevail. And other than that, the Yankees, I'm in New York. Yeah, I have no use for her, but at the same time, she can type. She wants to type something about me. She knows nothing about me, but it doesn't have any effect. That's why I never even addressed her because it means nothing. Um, Also, I know we Lord Hillcrest. We've a couple of us have had issues with him, but um, he is just completely useless to me. I don't think he's a good person at all. Anything that I've ever tried to do, it's just been met with nothing. But I'm not going to let some douchebag across the pond have any effect on me that way. Um, hey, when you put yourselves out there and doing something like this, not everyone's going to like you, and I guess that's just the way it goes. But I'm hoping Moxie can get back up and going soon because we have a lot more interest in that. I figured I'd give it a whirl for a little bit, but it's just us in here. So, hey, if people listen to the replay, um, I just wanted to talk to everyone a little bit about what's going on. Wanted to say hi, talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly right now. Unfortunately, 2025 has been more bitter than sweet, but we still got a couple months to try to make it a little bit better. I don't know if there's anything else before I wrap up that I wanted to say for sure, other than my shout outs and how much I love everyone in the group. And we will continue to move forward. If you listen to this, uh, we'll definitely keep people updated on what's going on, and hopefully Moxie can go live again soon. But I guess other than that, for the time being, I'm going to sign off. It's another original my brother wrote. I'm on drums and guitars on this one. It's called Over. And for now, this is over. Have a good day. Love you.